guys, welcome back to Let's Code a Windows Store app. Today I'm going to add some animation to the puzzle by using the tween functionality from CreateJS. For that I have to add the library, and because I would like to have some more IntelliSense on both easel.js and CreateJS, easel.js and tween.js. I'm going to build them myself, so I have the unminified versions of the libraries. So let's start by building the JavaScript. For that I have downloaded the code for easel.js, the release version. I'm using the command line. I'm using the command line to build the library. It uses the node library. Before I can build the file, I have to install all dependencies. Now this might take a while, so I'll make it a little bit faster for you. And it's done. Then I'm going to use grunt to build the library. I have looked at the different tasks grunt uses and noticed the combine task that combines all different JavaScript files from this library to one single file. And that's that. Now going back to the Explorer in the build output folder, there's this easel.js file. I'm going to drag that over to my Visual Studio. To the ext folder. And I was looking at the wrong folder. That's the folder, the tween folder. I built the easel.js 2 off camera, tween.js, and drop it into the solution. Let's delete. Yes, okay. The old one. Now to use these, I have to include them in my HTML file. So let's drag them over. And to get the IntelliSense to work correctly, I'm going to drag them both over to my JavaScript file. This adds two references, and if everything is done correctly, now I do have some issues with my IntelliSense in this installation, so there it is. You can see that the whole documentation is shown now, including the easel.js and tween.js libraries are working now. So let's continue on the animations. The tween library basically takes value of a property at the start, and over some time it transitions to the value you want it to be. So I'm going to change this rotation, which is instantaneously right now, to animate over time from one value to another. So let's rewrite this code to use the CreateJS. And there is the IntelliSense bugging again. I want this, which is a sprite. And I want the rotation property to animate to the new rotation value. Let's move that to here so we can read it. And there. Now this has to be done over time, so we have to specify the number of milliseconds we would like the transition to be. So there we go. So let's run and see if it works. Now it is working, but it's not animating, and the tile I click on is not updated, and that is because the let's stop the app for a second. The stage has to be updated, and at this moment it's only updated on every click. So if I wanted to update over time, over these 250 milliseconds, I have to update the stage for every tick, every clock cycle that is needed to create this animation. To get it to work, CreateJS has a special function, the ticker. And we can add an event listener to that, and every tick, the tick event is triggered, and we could provide a function that is going to be called on every tick. In this case we just pass it the stage, and the event listener knows what to do with the stage and is going to update the stage on every tick. I think this one can be removed too, because we're updating the stage constantly. Let's run it again and see if it works. Well, for this centerpiece it seems to be working. Let's change the other 4 sprites to animate too. Let's just copy this over to the beginning, because we want this instance to animate. Let's close these. Let's copy this too and replace these pieces to form that line. And I think we have to change these pieces too, and that's it. Let's see if it works. Yes. Now personally, I don't like the way these tiles are moving. It's just too, it's not fluent enough. You can specify an easing function which determines the way the value is transitioned from one way to another. The default is linear, so it gradually changes from one value to another value. I'd like to use a cubic out function, and CreateJS comes with a whole lot of different ways to ease from one value to another. Cube out starts linear and then curves out to slow down a bit, which makes it a little more natural. Now I guess there's one small bug, yes. If I double click, I already expected this to happen. The center tile is rotated to its 0 position, and that's because the calculate rotation is checking if the old rotation, the current value, is equal to 0, and if it's not, it's set to 0. But in the case of a tween, it's going from one value to another, and when I double click, the value is somewhere between 0 or 90. So I think if it's below 45 degrees, it's going it's basically slipping to the end now if it's before or after the center. So when I click now, well, it's not. I guess this has to be the other way around. No. If it's smaller than 45, we're going to 90. I guess it's when you click, it just. Yeah, I guess this is right. It jumps back. You rotate one way, and if you double click, it rotates back to what it was. So it basically skips to the end. Yes, this is right. I was wondering, with this function you can use touch, and I was wondering if it works in touch too. Yes, that's nice. Great. So I guess that's it for this time, for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and I think we're going to work on the basic design of the app, since the basic principle of the puzzle is working right now. I'm going to use Blend to work on the design of the app. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you again next time. See ya!